Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of manga hell, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1037, titled Drunken Dragon Bagua. And it seems like I'm already halfway through it. So yeah, this, so yeah, we start this chapter of One Piece with the cover story being like Germa's the emotionless execute Judge sides as we see just coming on one of the I guess balconies as HGG and Reiji are just sitting there as he's probably gonna start cursing to the loudest as he can. I mean I do understand why he's cursing. I mean there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world. I mean he's not even gonna be allowed to leave his castle for a few years now because of his virus is blowing up. So yeah. Anyways, then we cut to the flower capital of Wano. Or we start the chapter with what prefecture of Wano. As we have the citizens being like citizens of Wano just celebrate as they have like you've had too much to drink, too much. It is in only a day or the year I can get drunk. Which is true. Some people are like, look, I can never get drunk in my life. I'm gonna get drunk right now. As then we have like a guy who I feel like he's referencing an actor or something, be like, the rest of the time it's just pain. Living in this country is hell. Hear that, Orochi? Where one guy's like, oh, stop that, shh. So yeah, also we have like a giant Toki float behind us, which I do have to question on how are they being made because this one and as well as the Odin's float are like giant size. So how are they able to make them underneath Orochi's noise while these guys are allowed to like scream, "This country is hell because of Orochi." So it's kind of weird. Then we have someone be like, "You never know." Unless the guy who's talking to the drunk guy is like, "You never know what official officials might be listening." To be fair, right now none of the officials should actually be here. Like the one story to Orochi would have probably been defeated and captured by Denjiro's men before they left for for the raid. Where Denjiro be a man Kyoshiro me working for them. So I'm not exactly sure what officials are even there left. Or maybe that's just like in general. I mean, they probably don't know this. I mean, I don't really see why someone who's a non-official would actually be here. So yeah, anyways, then we have one guy who I'm being told may actually be the guy that Frankie was talking to when he was looking for the map of the Onigashima. As he's like, the festival's reaching its end. I see them preparing the sky boats. As they would see like the children, the women like writing stuff on as like one a female's like, now write a wish to our dearly departed ancestors. As the child's like, I hope they make it come true. As the woman's like, I'm sure they will. As then we have the very sad stories like one child's right now, I want to see mommy. Uh, as then like another one's like, I want lots of, I guess, food. As one woman's like, it's a different woman. It's like, I hope can find my children. I hope I can find my children. Oh my god, these things are getting depressing. So yeah, anyways, then we cut back to Onigashima as it's like near the capital, which I do have to question is but like when are the people gonna be aware of Onigashima? Anyways, like Onigashima has been near the flower capital for some time now, yet no one has noticed it still. I mean, is it gonna be when they're gonna let the lanterns go or something? I don't know. Like maybe lanterns are gonna be used to like give like the final push to move Onigashima or something because it's kind of odd how little they are even aware of it right now. So yeah, anyways, then we have the top of the floor of the Onigashima rooftop. Is there clashing? This is gonna be actually a Luffy versus Kaido moment. So it's very impressive. As now we have Luffy be like huff huff. And he starts to scream at Kaido, be like, "Why are you drinking right now?" As we see Kaido in his base form just drinking. As Kaido like starts to be drinking, is like because I'm having fun. you want one too down below? They are having the fire festival in the city. So I guess Kaido's explaining stuff to him. It's the same day we have our big fat feast on Onigashima. The feast you and your friends so unceremoniously ruined. Heh heh heh. Which is true. It's kind of fun. I wonder. Here's a question. You know those feasts they have at the end of arcs with Shaw Hats with the stabbing? I wonder what would happen if a villain interrupted one of those. Like, I feel like Luffy and Kaido would probably have a similar reaction to it right now. Anyways, then we have Kaido having like this goofy it's Luffy's like, you're totally drunk. It's why I see Luffy be the serious one and kind of be the comedy one here for a change, since usually Luffy is the serious one. And then we have Luffy chasing after it. He's like, just don't use that as an excuse for why I beat you, got it? I guess he doesn't care about drunk, he just doesn't want that to be used as an excuse, which, to be fair, Luffy, I would say there's like a bunch of other reasons why Kaido could use as an excuse as to why he beat you. Like the fact he was fighting for basic with no break for a while, like first Kazan 9, then the rest of the then you and the supernovas, then just you, then when he thrown you off, he had a bit of a break, but only for Yamato to then show up and fight him, and then you showed up. So he could probably use that as the excuse, I mean drunk. So anyways, then Kaido is like, hey, don't be stupid. As he like a bit like using his kanabo to like hold himself up a bit. It's like, woo hoo 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 hoo. I wouldn't make myself weaker. It, it's a sign that I accept you. As Luffy gets like elephant Gata, I believe, or elephant Gatago or something, ready to like hit Kaido's like, I wonder how long it's been since I fought someone who could truly go toe to toe with me. Oof. Well, if you consider Oden in at least 20 years, although I feel like if we used when the whole God Valley incident happened, I think it was 30 years or so back. So about 40 years is my best bet. 20 or 40, I would say. As then we have Kabi like, ooh, Drunken Dragon Bagua, as it seems like he avoided Luffy's attack. As he like gets back into his hybrid form, as he is also more masculine for some reason. It's like lightning hammerhead. As like wheels it back in, as Luffy knows it, as like whoa, and hits Luffy down the floor. I mean, crack. And like Luffy was like Ragnarok. So yeah, and then this attack actually was so powerful that it actually like got everyone's attention. Like we got to the performance floor inside the dome. Like there's a huge crack on the roof. First the castle's on fire, now the dome might collapse. You know, honestly, everything's in complete ruin at this point. Like, I honestly have no idea why the foot soldiers are still even fighting at this point. Like, seriously, what the hell is keeping them fighting? At this point, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's just sit down and wait till everything's over. I'm sure the officers should be ending their battles soon enough. As then we have Luffy on the floor be like, I guess he's still in pain from it. As they have Kyle going his full dragon form, it's like, as far as this might be, the castle and island are half destroyed already. They're useless to me now. I'm so miserable, can't even keep one castle intact. As Luffy's like, oh man, that hurt, he's so tough. Is now, cause like, drawing his sorrows. I guess that's the drunk form he's going right now. It's like, I have to rebuild it, I guess, but it took 5 years to make it in the first place. Which is actually a good point. Like, honestly, if Kaido gets the wins here, I don't really know if it's even a point of having Shima remain because everything's gonna be so destroyed. Although I am curious on how was exactly Kaido expecting not to destroy everything. If he was going to just have it Onigashima fall, maybe he was going to have it be a slow going down or something. So yeah, I was there. I guess I was the one getting sloppy. Hoof. I gave it everything I had. Hick, which is gonna cause because like, but I think I just wasn't meant to be. Was meant to be. As now he's like Dragon Twister, demolishing gust. As this hits Luffy, sends him back as I through as we have cars scream like, "Stay away from me, Raw! Just leave me alone, you idiot!" As now cars like tears in his beard. His guys are crying like, "Boo hoo hoo hick! This is what happens to people who don't take a hint. Fun, duh." It looks like, "Oh, oh, this is throwing me off." But as Kaido charges in for a strike, as Luffy takes an also disorate, as Luffy dodges in front of Bakura, steps on the Bakura, turns the other side, so he's showing Kaido his butt, basically. As Kaido takes a note of it, as Luffy's like, hee hee, take this, you drunk! As he uses like a stamp attack at Kaido, and he's like hits his chin and sends him back a bit. As Luffy spins around, as he as then Kaido uses his tail to tie to Luffy's leg. He's like, "Whoa!" And then Kaido's like, "Wow!" He just kind of they're like going in for a headbutt, and they similar to the weapons when Blackbeard, well, when Whitebeard and Roger clashed. They actually don't fully clash. They like just their hockey is so strong that they actually like strike each other, but they don't like repel each other. Well, they just repel each other, honestly, and they're like destroying everything, but they don't really. Their skin doesn't touch, basically. But it does send Luffy away, so I guess in this struggle, Kaido won in terms of hockey. It's Luffy like, ugh, his hockey is getting stronger. Ugh. They have Kaido like, just when I finally good and drunk, you're going to sober me up. Which, judging by a panel, you're not actually sober, you're just drunk in rage. And you just don't use the bull breath ability as it strikes at Luffy, but Luffy manages to dodge it and now he uses Gum Gum Rock Condor. As now we have Luffy feel like use a bunch of the Gatling guns and the John Gatling guns and Kaido as Luffy knows it as Kaido just like spins around with his cannonball as they're like Gatling is like blocking everything. Like they're just like slashing. It's basically like just like a giant ball. It's like a giant baseball fight with everything going all over the place. In fact, it's so big that so many clashes that it actually looks like Kaido's cannonball looks almost the same as Luffy's Gatling gun right now. As Kaido uses Dragon Swarm and it just hits everything like one of the combo actually hits Luffy in the chin, while one of Luffy's fists hits Kaido in the face. They're just clashing all over the place, as even more clashing. Then we have Luffy, like feel like no getting serious or being serious finally. He's like block seems like block one of combos as he stretched out his leg. Get almost it out with hockey. I think he uses. I think it's called. I mean his name. They don't have a name, but they don't use it here. As this kick is going into Kaido as it hits him in the stomach and as Kaido's eyes get blackened out and he starts to bleed as Luffy gets serious, like huff, huff. So then we actually surprisingly enough cut away from the battle as we got cut to Second Marijua Red Line as we have the ghost say talking to them. So it's like this year's reverie is simply accursed. As if one of them is like, "Oh, let it go already." Which is true. I think it has actually been at least a few days since Reverie, but then one's still complaining about everything that happened in the Reverie, like revolutionaries, Cobra, and everything like that. Is then we have the ghosts are talking. Now it's not very clear on which one is talking. I mean, though anime gets to this point, we are not gonna know, but I'm just gonna have to assume which one's saying. Like, I'm assuming the one who is the first bubble. So first we get that You know the guy who has very all beard, like that very long beard, like the very tall and the beard guy. I think that's him talking right now. It's like it's what is unfolding in war that makes matters pressing now. As that we have, I'm get, I'm guessing the, I'm guessing the guy who has like the cornrows kind of hairstyle is like who could have imagined the battle would become this intense? Highest of the world, five elders, the allies. Then we have, I'm guessing the guy who's look more like a Japanese samurai guy, but guy is like, if we strike it, should we? No, now I presume we have Nicaragua in custody already. Nope, you are too soon. In fact, the two who are sent to capture Nicaragua are already needing to track her down again. So yeah, I don't know why they're not confirming it. I feel like by the way they're speaking, they should have a way to communicate right now. Then we have some unknown bubble because there's nothing to lead to anywhere. It sounds like when Kaido and Big Mom are involved in a fight, death could easily come for anyone, which makes it the perfect cover to eliminate inconveniences. Which is true. Like what we've seen is just Luffy and Kaido. It seems like it's everything chaotic. It's everything's gonna die soon. So yeah. Now we have at the sea near Wano as we see the world government ships. I'm guessing those are the same ones that were had Rob Lucci and everyone there. As we have someone communicating from it is like all ships remain on standby. What is it? As the ships see some kind of big shadow from behind or in front. As we see like one CP9 member, I'm guessing it's like two, one, three, one of those. It's like, oh, there's a huge shadow up ahead. It's like someone's like, what is it? As the CP9 member's like, I don't know. An island? An island? An unknown shadow would resemble an island. I wonder what this could be. I wonder what this could be. Anyways, now we have the Gosei. This time a bit easier to tell who's speaking, as we have the guy with the epic mustache, the godly mustache. Like clearly the best Gosei because he's a giant mustache. People like a giant mustache beats everything. Like no debate, no debate. If you have a mustache, you can kill everyone. People, you are a god essentially. It's like now that's impossible. That fruit is only a legend. No, even to us, it has not awakened for centuries upon centuries. As if we have the God who looks the youngest is like, then why would the world government bother to give that one specific fruit another name? So yeah, I'm fine. It's fine to see the younger one being the more voice of reason. Dude, if that fruit is a legend, then why did we rename him? Or in this case, well, it seems to be said here. It seems like the ghosts are actually replaceable, which is something that's actually been debated, I believe, in the fandom. Are the ghosts replaceable or are they immortal? And in here it's stated pretty much irreplaceable. Which, you know, honestly, I feel like we should have assumed because there seems to be like three ages. Like the guy who looks like a samurai seems to be in his own age. The epic beard guy, the guy who just has a very long beard and a mustache, as well as the guy who has Mogoro seem to be their own age, while this guy who has like I believe has more of a blonde hairstyle is like the youngest. So yeah. Anyways, the final page of the chapter we have the guy speaking, saying it's to there's something wrong in hell again. See, when I get the maintenance guy, I am so killing the bastard. And when I say killing, I don't mean breaking the heart. So, anyways, then we have the guy being like, it's to erase that food's name from the annals of history, isn't it? As we see the behind the marine shapes, a giant elephant, Sunhisha, approaching. So, this is very peculiar, interesting, and very odd. So it seems to imply here that Zunisha actually has that fruit, essentially. Now I feel like there are also some debates if this is supposed to be Gum Gum no Mi, which from what I understand couldn't be the case because Luffy would know the name of the fruit is Gum Gum no Mi instead of something else. Like once you eat a fruit, you are aware of it. Like even if you are from a place like Wano that doesn't know about their fruits, you will know how this fruit would be called if except for that fruit. Like I believe they use like mystic or ninjutsu here, but they know what they refer to as like the clothing jutsu is what the fruit actually is, basically. So that's what's going on here. So Luffy should know at this point that the name of his that fruit is Gum Gum no Mi. So that's probably not the case with him. Which means that the Dark Fruit is the one Zunisha has. Now, in a video card, I believe it was said Zunisha is like a member of the long leg elephant species. Now, granted, that could also just be the species that the Dark Fruit belongs to. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, mythical Dark Fruits, mythical species of elephants, kinda makes sense. I don't really know. Like, I feel like this is kind of building up to some history with Zunisha being revealed soon, but I don't really know. I mean, to be fair, this could also just be like a misdirect, like we are supposed to think this is supposed to refer to Zunisha, but it could also refer to Kaido. I mean, it's like a very random thing to do. And because these devils haven't awakened, like Kaido's food hasn't been confirmed to awaken yet, it's also questioning a few things. But to be fair, the name's date has changed before, so I don't really know what they're expecting. Like the way my mind right now is Luffy, the least likely, Kaido's, which is also likely, but I feel like we kind of went past this already, and third Zunisha. We'll see which one it is. All I know is that yeah, that fleet of World Government ship is in big trouble. Also, where are the Big One pirates? Just out of curiosity, like, I mean, are they near Wano? Like, are they able to see? Are they like on the other side, or where are they exactly? Because I mean, the last time we know them, they should be next to a waterfall, but the world government ship behind them, as well as Zuhisha. Maybe they've fallen on Zuhisha or something, or maybe they've fallen onto Zuhisha. I don't know. But yeah, let's just say the things are not looking good for anyone. Well, that's kind of funny since Zuhisha is not actually much of a fighter. Like, Robert Monosuke's orders, they can't really do much. I mean, I guess maybe Zuhisha is gonna help Momo fight against, well, help Momo transport it. Like maybe so he's just gonna go on Wano and like use his giant elephant to like, nose to like circle around it and move it or something. I don't know. Like honestly, because how big Zuisha is, I could actually see that happening. But yeah, that's pretty much end of the chapter. Like a very epic way to end a chapter with a giant elephant just walking on the ocean. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the chapter. Now, all in all, this chapter, it's just a action-packed chapter, nothing special. Though it's honestly kind of disappointing. It's a break next week, but that's pretty much it because it's not much. But yeah, it's just a fun chapter. I feel like it's supposed to like to give us like a little bit more of like a fun action. Honestly, I probably just went to like a little more of a simpler chapter, and this is the simpler chapter he probably wanted to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I can't wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.